Cassette tapes, guys.
Hey guys, Josh here from Matty'sDaddy.com. This is my first tag video, so check out Daggy's YouTube channel at Chicken Shed My Life. She's really awesome, has some really great adventures. She tagged me in this video, and I'm supposed to answer some questions, but because I was a teenager in college some in the 90s, I'm going to talk about a few more things that maybe some of the younger folks don't know about. So my favorite TV show was Friends. I absolutely loved Matthew Perry's character, Chandler. Whoever did the writing was pretty good, and he definitely pulled it off well. Before I talk about my favorite 90s song, I want to talk about what got me into music in the 90s in the first place. I was listening to stuff my mom listened to up until I heard these guys. They might be giants. I heard the very first song I ever heard from them was Narrow Your Eyes. And then not long after that, my aunt, she got me a cassette single of Nirvana's Come As You Are. It had Come As You Are on the front and it had Drain You on the back, and I used to listen to those really loudly. A little later in the 90s, I was introduced to a band called Smashing Pumpkins, and I had no idea who these guys were, but my friend Petri Paved from Finland, and he said, check this band out, and honestly, I didn't really care for them at first, but I listened to them so much. I listened to them. I wore that cassette tape out in my car.
Cassette tapes, guys.
Not only did I wear it out, but I had multiple cassette tapes. So anyway, my favorite song, I would say, at least during part of that, was Hummer. A couple other bands I listened to were the Pixies and Soundgarden. Chris Cornell, rest in peace. Chris Cornell, you were awesome. Black Hole Sun, Fell on Black Days. It was inspirational. I would listen to Soundgarden, Bad Motorfinger, while riding the bus to school, sitting in the back seat, 6 o'clock in the morning, listening to Soundgarden. Rock out! Bought my first guitar in the 90s, but my guitar is green, and I've got a green screen behind me, so it would just look like I'm holding a stick or something, and it's kind of like a Squire type Fender ripoff guitar. Still got it. My favorite video game and video game console, well, my very first console was the Atari 2600. And yes, I know that's not a 90s thing, but I got it in the 80s and played it up through the 90s. So I still have my Atari 2600. It just looks like a wooden panel. You'd stick the cartridges in there. Not only do I have my Atari 2600, I have all of the freaking games from back in the day. All my Atari games. Yeah, that was really pretty sweet.
A lot of games like Frogger, Freeway, Demon Attack, Laser Blast, Star Master, Maze, Craze, Combat, Asteroids, Video Olympics, Pacman, Winter Games, Defender, Air Sea Battle, Sword Quest.
I was really into computers, and I begged my parents for a computer, and in the 5th grade, they got me this TRS 80 Color Computer 2 64K computer. Check this out. I don't know where this computer went. I would have kept it, but I don't know. But I do have the box. So here's the box to my TRS 80 Color Computer 2. Alright, so it's been marked on and stuff. Joysticks to the Atari, which is really cool. And the little paddles to the Atari too. One of my favorite games on the TRS 80 Color Computer 2 was Dungeons of Daggoreth. I got into college, I said, you know what, it's time for me to get another console. And so what did I get? A Nintendo 64, that's right. I got the special edition Star Wars Episode 1, Star Wars Racer Nintendo 64.
The pod racing game was a lot of fun, and I absolutely loved that game.
Number one favorite game on the Nintendo 64 was Ocarina of Time. That was an amazing game. I mean, it just blew my mind that you could run around in space in 3D. My favorite cereal was probably anything chocolate, like cookie cereal where you could eat cookies for breakfast. My favorite Disney character in the 90s, gotta say, Ariel. She was beautiful. She had a beautiful voice. She was a little bit of a rebel because, you know, she defied her father and wanted to be a human and walk on land and all this stuff. Is it weird that, you know, I liked a cartoon like that? As far as morning television goes, I watched the Gummy Bears and the Smurfs. So my favorite book in the 90s was probably no book at all, but my favorite magazine was Cracked Magazine and Mad Magazine. So what would I watch when I got home from school? Well, in the 90s, Tailspin and Darkwing Duck. And one of my absolute favorite things from the 90s was going to a concert, not worrying, and being able to mosh and dance around in a crowd of people and people not caring. I collected a lot of baseball cards. Desert Storm was going on in the 90s.
I collected the Desert Storm cards, I collected Looney Tunes cards, Garbage Pail Kids cards, and I still have all these guys.
Another thing that I did in the 90s was learn how to skateboard. Now, it was starting to trend downward. It has made a comeback, and skateboarding is awesome now. You look around, all these skate parks are being built. It's freaking amazing. You can check out my other channel, Josh and Nate Can't Skate, right here, and you will see, all the amazing footage that we get from these places. And not only was skateboarding awesome, but the videoing and the video production value of skateboarding was really cool. Check out the Bones Brigades with like Christian Asoy and Tony Hawk. Toy Story came out in the 90s, one of the first animated films of its kind. And I saw it in the movie theater, guys. Texas Rangers were popular. I was rooting, a big fan of Texas Rangers. Nolan Ryan throwing like his 3,000th, 5,000th strikeout? I don't remember how many freaking strikeouts he threw. So I also met my wife in the 90s, okay?
We had all this time to spend together, and I love you, babe. Mandy, you're awesome. Absolutely love you. I love that you support what I do. I support what you do too. And you know what? You're the very first tag.
You gotta do what I'm doing. All right, tag number 2, Dan and Aaron from Life Meets Family. I want to hear about your 90s experience. Tag number 3, it is Nate from Josh and Nate Can't Skate. Nate, tell us about the 90s, dude. Tag number 4, Melvin from Icked Mel. And I'm going to leave all of these channel links in the description down here below. Number 5, it is Ryan from Crimson Studios. Check out that crazy channel, and he's doing some crazy fake news. And it's a lot of fun. Don't send your kids there if they're watching this video. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel, give us a like, and we always love it if you ring the bell to find out when we post our new videos.
Alright, thanks so much for joining us here at Maddie's Daddy. Look forward to seeing you again. Bye.